18 years ago, Jim and Monica Walker bought a 100-year-old North End home in Boise for $1. What a deal, you might be thinking. However, there was one condition. They had to move it off the land owned by the church next door, the Cathedral of the Rockies. But unlike the 2-mile move for the Rice House in Caldwell, the Walker House, a mostly stone structure, only had to go a city block, or less than that. Isabel Bilbao has the story from March 2006 in today's 208 Redial.
Go, Randy.
The project started here Monday afternoon at the corner of 4th and 12th Street, where this North End home has been standing for more than a century.
Let's go a little bit more.
With Kenny Pfeiffer in charge, his family helped hoist this historical home off its foundation.
Everybody clear out of here.
Crews worked through the rain as owner Jim Walker watched with anticipation. Inch by inch, the home would make its way across this empty lot by the end of the day. Tuesday morning, they were ready to move the house across the street to its new location.
Oh, this is the way they all go, just real slow like this. Nothing real fast.
Hold it.
Hold up.
Weighing 210 tons, measuring 42 feet wide and 56 feet long.
Let's go a little bit.
Kenny says this isn't his biggest project.
We moved one down in Twin Falls. It was solid rock. Easy, Raymond, easy. Bigger than this one. It weighed more than everything, so. Better hold up. Hold up, Raymond.
Still, this house was big enough that Idaho Power needed to cut cables. With the electricity out in surrounding homes, neighbors came to the streets to see the spectacle.
Have you been watching for a while?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, how long?
I've been watching every day.
Yeah. Waiting to see what happens?
Yes.
Hold it.
Like this delay when the wheels fell off the wooden tracks. But what seemed like a potential disaster was all in a day's work for Kenny and his crew.
Just another job. That's all it is, just another job.
Every time something goes, some noise or something goes ajar, something, the dollars turn in some way that I don't think they should. And I look over at him and I see his, the same stoic face he's had through this whole operation, and I know that it's okay.
Jim admits people have asked if this is all worth it.
It does take some rose-colored glasses. A lot of people look at it and say, God, you're an idiot.
But for he and his wife, this home is everything they wanted.
I knew when I walked into it, there's something about it. I love the house, and so did my wife.
And knowing there would be months of remodeling before they can move in.
Between my co-workers and myself, we'll get it done.
Jim and his family are in no hurry now.
Well, you can't be in no big hurry on something like this. Can you?
In Boise.
Let's go another 6-8 inches, he says.
Isabel Bilbao, Idaho's News Channel 7.
Well, that house, the Walker House, had been vacant for 13 years before the Walkers moved it. Well, Kenny and his family of Western States Movers actually moved it, and they had the house in its new home several hours later. Walkers had plans to call it their new home that summer. A 100-year-old, 210-ton home just moved about a block, and guess what? It still stands today on the corner of 12th and Hayes Streets. Catter corner, that is, to where it once was. We knocked on the door today, but nobody answered this afternoon. There's also a bit more history attached to this house than we probably realized at the time. It was built in 1905 on part of Boise's original town site. It was designed by the famous Boise architect, J.E. Tortolot, the same man who designed and was working on building the state capitol at the same time. The sandstone came from the same Table Rock quarry as the Capitol building as well. And apparently, the home had the first residential elevator in it. The basement had some sort of aviary in it. And the rumor is Harry Orchard would stop by to tend to the birds that were in there. The same Harry Orchard who was serving time at the state pen just up the road for the assassination of former Idaho Governor Frank Steunenberg. The home is listed on the National Register of Historic Places.